This song is just 6 words long. Couldn't think of any lyrics. No, I never wrote the lyrics. So I'll just sing anyway.
Well, as you can probably guess, we're here in the LTV studios with my close personal friend, George Harrison. George, I'm so excited that you're here. I could just pinch your cheeks.
Could you?
I imagine you must be pretty excited yourself being here on LTV.
No, not really.
Well, then don't worry. This should only take a few minutes.
Well, I suppose I should be thankful for that.
George, it says here in my notes you got your start in a group called The Beatles?
Got to start somewhere.
I suppose so. I just thought of something. You know, I do song parodies, but you've been doing them a lot longer, haven't you? I mean, didn't you do that great parody of He's So Fine?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
That was great. That was really a hoot. You know, George, I've always loved your singing. I've always loved your writing. But most of all, I've always loved your nose. Wow, would you look at that nose? Wow, that's great. I love that nose. Anyway, let's talk about your new album. I'm sorry, George, but what did you do, rub a dead beaver under your arm or something?
It's probably my aftershave.
Well, never mind. It's not that bad. Now, you were involved in the Prince's Trust concert. Now, that was an amazing group of people assembled there.
They were all alcoholics.
Yeah. George, you're a pop star, you're a movie producer. What do you think is your most outstanding talent?
I can drink large quantities of wine and things because I'm not an alcoholic.
Right, well, let's change the subject. About your new album, what kind of audience do you think it will reach?
It's really for everybody. I think, you know, you don't have to be an alcoholic.
Okay, forget it. George, who would you say is your #1 role model in life?
The big fat guy who vomits all over the place.
Ed McMahon?
Yeah.
What do you do when people fall down and grovel at your feet?
I ignore them.
What is your favorite part of a woman's body?
The elbow.
Do you have any regrets at all about your life?
You know, I've never been anywhere, and I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, that's just not true, George. No, don't get so upset. You're not going to drink that cup of rat poison, are you?
Yeah.
No! George, give me that! Give me! Now, you got a lot to live for. Just mellow out, okay? Let's get on with the interview. I understand you're very close with Pee Wee Herman.
And I just spent a year sort of calling him and talking to him and, you know, hanging out with him.
What first attracted you to him?
I think it was the trousers.
I see. Now, you actually started the first Pee Wee Herman fan club, didn't you?
Mick Jagger would probably say he did, but, you know, he was always a day late and a dollar short.
Yeah. Well, what else can you tell us about Pee Wee?
He's a very naughty boy.
And how do you know that?
We shared the same wife.
No! George, put that down! Gee! Just behave yourself. Now, where were we? Oh, who else has your wife been married to?
70,000 yabos.
Yeah. Well, I got a copy of the L.A. Times here, and they're reviewing your album, and they're calling you a pathetic, weasel-faced dog boy.
Is that good or bad?
Well, I guess it's a matter of opinion. And here in Better Homes and Gardens, they call you a poor excuse for a gardener.
I'm not really a gardener either, you know.
I'm just reading what it says. And here in Rolling Stone, it says you ought to be strung up by your thumbs and... No! George, don't put that down! Don't drink that! Come! You got so much to live for, George. I don't understand. You got your whole life ahead of you. I mean, we all go through tough times. We all get depressed, you know. Sometimes I don't feel that great myself, you know. Sometimes I feel like a worthless hunk of slime.
Oh, you're all right. Don't worry. You're okay.
Thanks. I feel much better now. Okay, I got a joke for you. How many dead babies does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh, I don't know.
5! George, do you care if people come up to you on the street and dump a can of SpaghettiOs on your head?
No, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
What was the name of the last good movie you saw?
The Naughty Couple.
Oh, yeah, one of those 25-cent movies. What a deal. I heard that you ate a rancid, moldy piece of meatloaf last week. Why did you do that?
It just looked good at the time, you know.
Do you think you'll ever be as cool and sophisticated as me someday?
I hope so, yeah.
Say, George, I don't mean to impose, but would you mind dropping by my house next week and helping me with the dishes?
I'll help you a bit.
Is it okay if I wash and you dry?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Well, that just about wraps up our interview. But before you go, I'm just kind of curious. Have you ever heard any of my records?
I have, yeah.
Well, what'd you think?
I didn't like him.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, George, and I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I did.
You want the truth? It was a pain in the...
Okay, my special guest, George Harrison. Thanks again, George. You're watching Al TV, the official music video channel of the 1988 Summer Olympics.